America is strong and respected again. On the world stage, we're really respected. In fact, I went to a NATO and they were calling me the president of Europe.
As an American in Germany, I've been getting a lot of questions from people back home asking what people here in Europe think about the protests of Donald Trump.
He's not my cup of tea.
I'm not a fan.
Don't think you would want to put it on your website.
I don't think I got the words to describe him. It's just unbelievably unpleasant.
His policies they're also right wing, and I just don't get.
He's no good for any country. That's all I've got to say.
He's obviously suffered some really deep trauma, and somebody needs to help him.
But I will. This is from a weekly French news magazine, Le Point. The title says, "The Man from Moscow." Below that, the subheadline states, "Putin and Trump, the alliance of predators." It's also important to note that this news magazine has a reputation for being center-right.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, in today's episode, we are going to see how Trump declared himself to be the president of Europe, and many people are laughing at him. Americans, they are calling him to be embarrassed of the country because he keeps embarrassing them around the world, and that's what we'll be covering in today's episode. The European one, they're like laughing at him because that's something crazy he should be saying right now. So guys, let's dive in. The credit belongs to the one of the videos. I'll be back with more commentary.
Donald Trump referred to himself today as the president of Europe. He says, "That's what they call me, the president of Europe." Europeans in the comments, please.
But he's so well respected around the world. No, he's not. You've just been brainwashed by US MAGA propaganda to think so. These EU members met a couple of weeks ago, and let's see how they really feel about a Donald Trump presidency.
After the US election, Europe woke up in a new world. And let me say it straight away. I do not welcome the election of Donald Trump as US president, nor do I congratulate a person who will do massive damage not only to the citizens in the US, but across the world and also in Europe. And actually, there was a lot of jubilation on the far right side when Trump was elected. And honestly, I ask myself, do you even know what damage this man is going to bring to the European Union?
Trump's election is bad news for climate protection, for the protection of human rights, and for just peace order. Wars in Ukraine and the Middle East require diplomacy, but they don't need somebody who prefers to play golf with Putin than negotiating just peace.
Dear colleagues, what a world we live in today. Even before the new term started, the outlook of the Trump administration paints a dark picture.
A dark picture indeed, and not just for citizens of the United States, but for people all around the world.
Yeah, guys, so what's so shocking is the way they think they're president of Europe. And even though that things never happen, actually, Europe includes many countries. Each country has their own president, they have their own rules and their own people. So for him to come out here and say like he's the president, they call him president of Europe. And I'm wondering, who is that? Because remind you, Europe is not one country. That shows the way he think, like the way he do something without thinking, and that embarrass the people from his country. That's why they're like, why do you keep embarrassing us? Because we don't understand you. In my point, I'm like, why did you even mention that? Because it's not that important, right, guys? So this is crazy. Let's keep watching.
As an American in Germany, I've been getting a lot of questions from people back home asking what people here in Europe think about the protests of Donald Trump. So we asked them.
It's a huge crowd. I would be there too if I were an American.
If it's going against your rights, you have to protest.
It's wild. Every day when I open up the news and see what's happening, I just ask myself, okay, what is the next thing like?
I think it's good that people are standing up for their rights. If a lot of people reunited, I think they're gonna make a change.
I felt like when Trump was elected, a lot of people had a lot of hope and were like, okay, Trump is gonna do good for our economy. I think it's pretty fair to be upset right now if you're American.
I hope the protest works out for them, but I don't really believe that it will because of the system.
I think it matters that people are raising their voice. I think that matters the most.
Am I going to impose tariffs on the European Union? Do you want the truthful answer, or should I give you a political answer? Absolutely. Absolutely. The European Union has treated us so terribly. I hope that Europe is going to be great again. Europe is going through a lot of problems, and a lot of it's having to do with immigration. And I'm not a big fan of Europe and what they've done with immigration at all. And I think they got to get smart, because Europe is being very badly hurt by what they've done with immigration. Now, I'll say this, that the Prime Minister has taken a very tough stand on immigration. And I commented to her before, I said, I wish more people would be like you, having to do it.
But I will. This is from a weekly French news magazine, Le Point. The title says, "The Man from Moscow." Below that, the sub-headline states, "Putin and Trump, the alliance of predators." It's also important to note that this news magazine has a reputation for being center-right. This is a magazine that tends to support conservative values. In this article, the author goes on to compare Donald Trump's presidency to a geopolitical earthquake, even comparing it to the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. And the author makes a pretty strong stance that Europe as a whole can no longer rely on the United States for security and stability. It then compares the United States' proposed offer of more continued support in exchange for valuable minerals from Ukraine as financial extortion. Article makes it clear you can still believe in self-reliance and strong defense without blindly following one dangerous leader.
Yeah, guys, so actually many people are saying, like, first of all, focus on your own country, fix the problem actually you're causing before you go to say, like, you're president of Europe, as you think Europe is not one country, where we are different countries and we have our own culture and respect that. And the other people, they are seeing it as disrespectful or praying himself, which what he do all the time he get it changed, because I don't even understand why he say that. Yeah, because as we all know, that I don't even agree with him in many parts. You remember what happened between Ukraine and Russia. We saw how Europe think of him and everything, some country, I mean. So for him to think like they see him as the president, so if they see you as a president, what about their own president they elected? And I don't even understand why he believed like the world love him. Like people across the world love him, because I don't think that's the case, because I feel like they don't love him because he don't respect many countries. I remember the other day he called Somalia like not a normal country, or not like I don't know, there was a way he said, I don't remember. If you remember it, please let me know in a comment. But he keep disrespecting countries, readers, people from those countries, calling them names. He keep disrespecting women's, and you may not disrespect me direct because I'm not there, but if I see you disrespecting other women, I will feel the same pain, because at the end of the day, I'm the woman too. So I will say, like, if I meet you, we do the same. You don't respect the people like me. So I don't think like people love him that much as he think. But I know also there's a people who are obsessed with him, but I know like people don't love him as he think, because he just like treat people poorly. And if people keep seeing you, people from your country crying, saying you betray us, we vote for you, people feel like you are not the person they can trust. If you can betray the person who voted for you, so it's scary, right? Usually, guys, even if we don't want to, but people who show up for you and help you out, you will always end up helping them back, because you have to be grateful, right? That's how people are raised. But for him, he doesn't care. So actually, guys, we have few comments from the people which we are going to read right now. The first one say, as a European, I will never accept this. You are not my president and you will never be. The second one say, this is crazy, but nothing come from him shock me anymore. I'm so embarrassed as American. The third one say, like, I don't understand how come we have this kind of president in our country. This is so sad. So guys, it's crazy. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you think about what's happening. Please let me know. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. And I will see you next one as always. Bye.